Chaz here. And this is how I made Responsible for Me. MIDI on this is literally the first thing I played. And then I turned that into another synth that's like a little more raspy, just adds some background noise. And that thing's pretty cool. And then I stacked those on these like bowed guitar sounds. It just sounds cool. It just sounds cool. All right, the verse keys are pretty simple. It's literally just that sound and then a little thing comes in. And then it goes to a high pitch keyboard, same keyboard. And the whole point of that is just, it's different. Next is drums. Super simple. Just like really dry, almost like chopped off sounds. And there's one kick, one snare, 3 snares, 4 snares, and 3 for most of the time, 1 in the intro, 4 in the chorus. I'm all about the stacks, baby. All about those stacks. That's drums. I mean, that's really it. The beat is so simple. And then there's this cool funky part at the end. The only other thing with the drums is these hats, and they're stupid simple. Not really, they're kind of weird, but they sound cool. Right, so cool. Now bass. Bass tone is dope. It was done on, my friend John Stanley has been lending me this Epiphone Hofner. The bass riff is stupid simple. It goes like this, it's in D. Yeah, so there's that. All right, the bass tone. The bass tone is super simple. It's just the Hofner going into an Ampeg amp. Into an EQ, take out some low mids. 76 CLA waves. CLA 2A, both doing like very little compression. And then sub filter, which just makes it bassy. The compressors don't even do anything until it hits the chorus. They're just kind of there, and then they pull it down when it gets really loud. At the end of the song, I accidentally slid like the bass or the kick off the grid to where like the timing wasn't right, but it was kind of dope. And then I just like messed with that for a bit and got this cool, funky vibe. I want to say that I did all the guitar with this, but I really don't know. It was mostly with this though. Fender Strat. The guitar tone's really simple. The cleans, it's all just Corey Wong with a little bit of EQ. And then I'm also running this Julia V2, I think. So in the pre-chorus, I like to harmonize 2 guitars together. And then goes to distortion guitars, and that was done with this thing, the 1981. So second verse, I octaved the same rhythm part up. And then it goes back to those picking guitars, but then I chopped the edges of like the last 4 notes. Lead guitars, I wanted these to be like so gross and shrill and nasty that it'd be like, how could you make that in a song? But then I wanted to make everything else behind it really warm. I got the sound of that guitar with the Pog too. These are all different octaves, which just means higher, lower, same note. Yeah, it just made it sound really bad, like really annoying. So I thought it was cool though. So in the chorus, I just put the swell, the picking, and the riff together, and it's beautiful, honestly. Really cool, like shimmer, octave, reverse, whatever you want to call it. And I used that on the outro for the funky part. I just wanted it to sound like you just lost your mind. I don't know. It's pretty cool. Here's the sparkle crystal thing. All right, next thing is vocals. Here's the vocal dry.
Fool me once, fool me twice, I can only ever be what I am, what I'm like is responsible for me.
Nothing on it. Nothing. The vocal chain for this song is pretty simple. Auto-tune on Tares, running at key of D, but chromatic because there's weird notes in the song. They're not all major key, whatever. Then I have a gate using Audio Track, another cool Waves plugin.
Once, fool me twice, I can only ever be what I am, what I'm like is responsible for me.
Then I'm running into a Pro Q3, just taking out some low mids and boominess. I actually automated that. I automated the high end to just get quiet and then get louder before it dropped to just make it feel like it's growing just a little bit. I wanted to sound like I was in a box.
Fool me once, fool me twice, I can only ever be what I am, what I'm like is responsible for me.
At the end of that verse, I just have 2 vocals that jump in just to add some width on responsible for me.
Is responsible for me.
Yeah, verse is just 1 in the center, main, 2 full left, right in the ears, and then harmonies come in second half, and those are like 40 degrees left, right.
How can I solve it when I'm dissolving all my personalities? Turn myself over 2 degrees and then I'll wait. And I'll wait.
And I really distorted the harmonies on this song, and it just kind of like smashes them into a place to where like my vocal, the main vocal is still on top. Then back to the lo-fi sort of vocal, singular. Then it hits a drop.
Fool me once, fool me twice, I can only ever be what I am, what I'm like is responsible for me.
For the chorus vocals, I did a bunch of reverb and delay, and it just spaces them out, gives them a little bit more breathing room.
It's responsible for me.
first two, about the same as the first verse, but more harmonies come in, and they sound like this.
You made it, you gave it your name. Just own it, son, it's working when you're in the frame. So line it up, I'll hold your designer gloves. Just bring that friendly face of yours. I need more.
Yeah, super distorted. Hear those alone.
So line it up, I'll hold your designer gloves. Just bring that friendly face of yours. I need more.
I have this really old handheld dynamic mic. It's got a switch. It actually goes to an instrument cable. I got this on the same day from the same estate sale that I got this mic. This is $16, $12. And I just plug it into my pedal board, and then I record like through the distortion pedal or through the reverb. And I did that for this part, and it sounds like this.
Fool me once, fool me twice. I can only ever be what I am. What I'm like is
Silly voice vibe in the background just makes the main vocal thicker. And then on the second chorus, I also hit some falsettos.
Fool me once, fool me twice. I can only ever be what I am. What I'm like is. Fool me once, fool me twice. I can only ever be what I am. What I'm like is responsible for me.
And last chorus, I threw in a middle harmony, super distorted, sounds like this, and just kind of fills it out.
Fool me once, fool me twice. I can only ever be. 'Cause what I am, what I'm like is responsible for me. Fool me once, yeah. 'Cause what I'm like.
The end of the song, I used the weird poop mic, and I sent it through like a distortion and a reverb or something, a delay. It was this delay pedal called the Obscura, and it looks dope, and it's really cheap. You should buy one. And it makes it all crazy. Just listen.
Fool me once, fool me twice, fool me 3 times, fool me 3 times, fool me once, fool me twice, fool me 3 times, fool me 3 times, fool me once, fool me twice, fool me 3 times, fool me 3 times, fool me once. Yeah.
So there's that. But yeah, it's just a bunch of vocals singing the same thing. The one in the middle is really weird because I sent it through this thing.
Twice, fool me 3 times, fool me 3 times, fool me once, fool me twice, fool me 3 times, fool me 3 times, fool me once. Yeah.
And the other weird one is the one that goes through this, and that one sounds like this.
Fool me once. Fool me once.
All right, last thing. Effects. So, basically, I used a few sounds from this, OP1, bleep bloops, some static noise, and I also was introduced to this pack a few years ago by my homies Adam and Taylor in the Stranger Club band. And it's a pack called Glitch with Friends. It's like hyperpop noises, weird cracking, crazy, just like loud distortion. And I mixed it into the verses. So if you hear that little crazy sound, it is this. Right before the first chorus, I used the static sound of this. It just sounds like I'm stuck in an MP3 player or something and it's about to explode. I don't know, kind of cool. And here's the static. For the chorus, I threw on a bunch of like explosion, like swell, risers, downers, whatever you want to call them. Also from the Glitch with Friends stuff, sounds like this. Yo, thanks for watching. Leave a comment, let me know how it was. I'll do another song, let me know which one to do. In the meantime, go listen to Responsible for Me, and thank you. Peace.
For me once, for me twice, I can only ever be what I am. What I'm like is responsible